Hey guys, it is Jackie and this video is going to be on how we disinfect our grocery deliveries. So the Instacart person just dropped off our deliveries and it's really good because I like this time he was wearing a mask, he was wearing gloves. It looks like he took all the precautions necessary, but at the same time, I'm not sure who touched the food, who was infected. Multiple people probably had contact with the items that are coming into my house. So I want to make sure that everything is as germ-free, virus-free as possible. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my gloves. You know, better safe than sorry. Got my gloves here, and I'm going to keep these on for the entire process. Okay, so here's the different containers that I'm going to use to separate all the different categories of items. I'm probably going to put the plastic items or the cardboard items in one of these. I'm going to wash my fruits and veggies in this one, and I'm also going to use this one to drain some items that I'm going to wash. Our Instacart person was really great. He actually categorized it for me. He put in all the different categories of items together in separate bags, and he covered everything with a plastic wrap. That's awesome. Okay, so we got some clementine oranges here. Although it is in a bag, so to say, it still has holes in here, so I want to cut it open and I'm going to wash it anyways. Okay, so we got some potatoes and some onions here, and I'm not sure who touched these, and there's actually holes on the back of this bag, so just to be safe, I don't want to wet them. I'm going to just put them in a paper bag for 2 to 3 days before eating them. Just to be safe, guys. Okay, so we got a lot of groceries here. So what I'm going to do with most of the items is I'm going to spray it with a 0.5% hydrogen peroxide spray. If you haven't seen my other video yet, please take a look. It's super easy and quick to make, and it's proven to kill the coronavirus because it's 0.5% hydrogen peroxide. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to spray my veggies. They're all in plastic, and the coronavirus can live on plastic for up to 2 to 3 days. So I'm going to spray them down just to be safe. Make sure it's totally soaked. It has to be sitting for about 1 minute. Make sure you get both sides. Okay, so that looks about good. I'm going to put this on the side, let it sit for 1 minute. I got these yummy, yummy, yummy onion rings. I've been craving these. So I've actually bought 2 of them. Spray down, it's a plastic bag. It doesn't do no harm spraying down the plastic bags. So another thing to keep in mind about the 0.5% hydrogen peroxide spray, if it's not in a dark bottle like this one, make sure you use it in 1 to 2 weeks. I mean, literally I use one of these up in about a week. Because I sprayed on almost everything, all the Amazon boxes that come in, all of my groceries, so it doesn't last long. And it doesn't take much hydrogen peroxide to make it, so it's awesome. So what I'm doing is I'm spraying everything down, and then after this, I'm gonna wipe it down after it sits for 1 minute. So I got the baby food. Make sure it's really safe, super safe for baby. So you might think I am crazy or super paranoid to do this, but in this day and age with the coronavirus going around, you can never be too safe, especially to keep your family healthy, right? Okay, so now I have a bunch of bread items. They're all in plastic bags like the other items. So these I'm gonna also spray down. I'm gonna wipe down after a minute. Make sure there's no hole in this one. Okay. So yeah, there's no holes in this one, so I'm going to spray it down as well. Gotta have the spinach and the kale for smoothies. And it's always good to freeze them as well, so when I never get to use all of this before it goes bad. So what I do is I usually freeze half of them before the expiration date. Okay, so for this one, because there's holes in it, I really don't want to wash down the strawberries as of yet because I don't want them to get soggy. So I'm gonna like liberally soak this paper towel. Make sure it's really soaked. Okay, and I'm just gonna wipe this down. I mean, I could use a disinfectant wipe, but I'd rather not waste it. This is so much cheaper. It's so hard not to like touch my hair. Okay, but I don't want to get anything cross-contaminated here, so don't touch anything with the gloves, right? Okay, so everything has been sitting here for a minute here. They've been pretty much drenched in the 0.5% hydrogen peroxide spray. I'm gonna wipe them down. I already washed down my containers, so I'm gonna wipe them down and put it back inside. So these are gonna go in the freezer, my outdoor freezer. It's so good to have. If you don't have an outdoor freezer, buy one if they're still available. We just put all of our extra meats in there, so we don't need to buy groceries as often. Got all kinds of stuff in there. We got ice creams, we got French fries, we got butter, we got biscuits. It's so good to have an outdoor freezer. We never had one until I saw what was going on in Wuhan, and you know, just to be extra safe, I wanted to make sure we had at least 6 months supply of food. Some more paper towel. So you want to make sure your hydrogen peroxide is still active, and how you do that is if you have a cut, you can spray it on the cut. If it bubbles, yes, it's still working. So I was really craving coleslaw, and this is what they got me. Gotta have the cake mix and the frosting. I mean, who else is making like sweets every single day for our kids? I mean, I am one of those people right now. Okay, so lastly, I have the veggies here. Since they're kind of like fresh items that I probably would just cut and eat, I want to make sure they're extra soaked. So I'm just gonna wash them down. Okay, so I disinfected all of my items, and I'm gonna take off my gloves. And I'm even gonna wash my hands. Okay, so all of these items are now totally disinfected. I had the 0.5% hydrogen peroxide spray. I sprayed everything down. I let it sit for 1 minute, wiped everything down after that, and yeah, so everything is now as germ-free and virus-free as possible. I mean, it did take an extra 10 to 15 minutes to do all of this, but you know, there's a coronavirus going around nowadays, and you can never be too careful to keep your family and your household safe and virus-free, right? So be safe and stay healthy, everyone.